One of the oldest questions, one of the oldest questions that I would imagine that one could ask in this life, in this physical existence, one of those questions, and at the same time, one of the most complicated and controversial issues at the same time, is how do I lose weight? How do you lose weight? Well, let's comprehend something. First of all, we are always losing weight and gaining weight. All human beings. It's impossible to be the same weight every single day. Anytime you put something in, you've gained weight. Anytime that you perspire, go to the bathroom to urinate or have a bowel movement, you're losing weight. Anytime you exercise on a regular basis, you lose weight. However small or large it is, you're still going to lose weight. The real question is to lose a substantial amount of weight because of cosmetic reasons, you just want to look better, or because of health reasons, which is what most people's issues are. How do you do that and keep it off? The answer is so obvious, and it's been the same answer since the beginning of time, and it's been the same answer ever since people have been serious about losing weight, or at least say they are. And that is your diet and your activity and or exercise. There are other variables. You can say it is chemicals, as far as being an imbalance, and you can also say that it's a medical condition, and you can also say that it's your hormones that are the culprits when it comes to you gaining weight or excess weight. But understanding that the normal everyday Joe and Jane losing weight, that's who I'm addressing this video to. How do you lose weight? Well, first of all, you must understand some key elements and or components, and that is, number one, you must realize that you don't gain weight for no reason at all. You gain weight because of what you're putting in your body. So it's what you eat, it's how you eat, how much you eat, and when you eat as it relates to food, and how much activity you engage in on a regular basis. Primarily, that's what the rule is. We must understand what food is and what food is not. Now, if you don't know the definition of food at this point in your life, I'm not beating up on you, but shame on you. Food gives you nutrition. Nutrition maintains this living organism that we all occupy. Our spirit dwells within this living physical biology, and this biology needs certain elements as it relates to nutrients, minerals, amino acids, vitamins, and water, and so on. This body needs those things, and the things that your body does not need is the thing that should not be put in your body, in the first place. And because of mass production of food in the food industries and all of the flavors, all of the food enhancers, flavor enhancers, and all of the artificial colorings and the other things that make it appealing to eat certain things, you have to be aware of what those things are. You have to learn how to read ingredients and know what the culprits that are going to fight against our bodies are. So, on that same note, food doesn't have ingredients. It is what it is from nature. There is no 10, 15, 20 unreadable ingredients in a piece of chicken. Once you start adding things, then you are adulterating that chicken. Not to say that you can't put spices and herbs on your meal, but what spices and herbs are you using and what's the origin of those things? So you have to take this into consideration. So, exercise is another thing. You can't just do a walk down to the corner and back once in a while. You have to do something that's going to stress the organism, which is what we are. Stress doesn't necessarily mean a word at this point that has a negative connotation. You have to put stress on this for it to do what it's supposed to do. Your heart, for example, is a muscle. It has to be exercised. Now, did you complain about jogging, running, swimming, playing basketball, tennis, football, karate, if you will, badminton, croquet, horseback riding, when you were a child, a teenager, or even a young adult? Did you complain about those activities then? There was nothing wrong with your heart undertaking those events. So why now, as you're older, past 35, 40, 50, and so forth, are you now saying that that's too much stress on my heart? But you did them when you were younger. Hello? Think about it. Did you ever think that maybe that's the problem? Is that you're not putting the stress on this organism while you're older? Because when you were younger and you were doing it, most of us were not overweight or obese if we engaged in those activities or similar activities coming up. It is only now that we have become so complacent, so satisfied, so comfortable, wanting to prop up our feet and not do anything at all, sitting in front of a sports game, eating pork rinds and drinking beer and chips and cookies and ice cream, but we don't want to exercise. But we will jump in our cars and we'll drive down the road 1 or 2 blocks when we should be walking sometimes. When we really should be doing some jumping jacks and some other form of cardio, jumping rope, do some push-ups and some squat thrusts for cardiovascular and strengthening exercises, lifting some weights even, moderately, to be a bodybuilder per se. But you need to do something. So, again, the reason you don't lose weight is because you have not disciplined yourself to be disciplined. I coined that phrase many, many years ago. You must discipline yourself to be disciplined. You must make the decision that I'm going to be disciplined, in other words. So, I'm going to start here. I'm not going to lend an excuse to every issue that comes to my mind and say that I can't do this because I have encountered many students, fans, associates, friends, family that have said, I can't do 20 push-ups. Can you do 5? Would you at least try? Start somewhere. Do something instead of no thing. So, you can't lose weight because you haven't decided to. You must make the decision. And with that decision comes action. Taking the first step towards that goal, that direction. And you'll be on your way. If you need some exercises to help you through this process and you're really serious about it, ask me. I'll guide you there. But stop making excuses for doing what you should be doing to prolong your life beyond today. I don't care that you're 40, 50, and 60 years old, and you shouldn't care. What you should care about is how long you're going to be here and how well you're going to maintain your health for the next 10, maybe even 20 years and beyond. Honestly, I'm 61. If it's the Creator's will, I'll be 62 this coming year. And I still actively teach martial arts. I have arthritis in my hips, but that does not stop me. Still do it. I don't have an excuse. I don't give or lend an excuse for what I don't do. I do it anyway because I know I want to be around here a lot longer. That's really it. So diet, stay away from the processed foods and the ultra processed foods. Stay away from eating late at night before you go to bed. Digestion should be happening when you're up and moving around, not when you're lying down. Make the decision that you want to live for as long as you possibly can, and be in control of your own destiny as it relates to your health. Your health is yours. It doesn't belong to someone else. It doesn't belong to your doctor. Notwithstanding conditions that you have no control over, make sure that that's the case though. If you don't have any control over certain things, or you have some underlying issues going on, or some things that pre-existed before today as I'm speaking to you, so I'm cheering you on because I know that you're going to make it okay. I have faith in you, but you must have faith in you. And no better place to begin than right now, honestly. Begin right now. Now tomorrow is Thanksgiving, as I'm doing this video. We know traditionally what happens with Thanksgiving. People begin to eat, and some people eat a lot, some people eat too much. Don't let that be an excuse for not taking care of yourself. Be smart, be wise, be alive. I'm going to have something to eat tomorrow for Thanksgiving. I don't go back for seconds. I'll save what's left for the next day or the next day after that. But I'm not trying to eat up all of the Thanksgiving food. That's just not how I operate. I don't do that. Neither should you. Enjoy family and enjoy yourselves, and be safe in doing so. So take this into consideration. If you want to lose weight, again, Excuse me for being redundant or repetitive. If you want to lose weight sincerely, again, it's going to be your diet. It's going to be your exercise. Figure out a routine. Stick to it. Get you a journal. Write down everything that you do whenever you do it. Put the date down beside it and keep up with it. Until then, the next time that is. Yahweh loves you. Brother Teacher loves you. Be safe.